Hi there. Thank you for joining me. My name is Adrienne, and we're going to be doing just some gentle stretching, working into those spaces that can get kind of tight and stiff from hunching over desks and computers and phones and maybe steering wheels. We're going to be doing some opening through the shoulders, some relief into the neck, and also just working into that heart space area so that we can overall feel good and open all throughout those spaces that can get kind of stiff and tight throughout the day. So this is a very simple movement, very short and simple, where we can even do this seated in a chair. So you don't necessarily have to be sitting down onto a yoga mat. If you would like to go ahead and come down to the earth, you can come down with the legs crossed, or you can keep them out straight, whatever is working for your body. And like I said, you can do this in the chair as well. We're just going to take a moment just to roll those shoulders up towards the ears, and then gently release them down the back. Just closing the eyes down for just a few moments, just doing a little check-in here, just noticing where those spaces are that are feeling a little tight, where we're going to need to send a little extra love and care to. I'd like to start this practice off with a little bit of movement. It's kind of like a moving meditation, and where we're going to start to open into those shoulders and into that heart space right away. So let's bring the palms together at heart center. Open up once again, roll those shoulders down and away. We're going to take an inhale, send the fingertips towards the front, tuck the chin in towards chest. And on that exhale, we're going to take the arms out nice and wide, take the gaze up. And then inhale, reach the fingertips overhead, and then hands are going to come into heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, take the fingertips forward as we tuck the chin in towards the chest. Exhale, blossom the hands out to the side, shine that heart up towards the ceiling. Inhale, take the hands back above the head, and then exhale, bring it back into heart. Let's just do that one more time. Sending fingertips forward, tuck the chin in. Opening out, finding space through the heart. Recenter the head, take the hands back up above the head, and then bring the hands back into heart center. Taking a nice deep inhale in. And an exhale, let it all go. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. We're going to part the hands and take that right hand down. If you're on a chair, just bring it to the side body. We're going to take that left hand up and overhead. So I'm going to take that elbow back towards that back wall, that thumb back. I'm going to press down into that opposite side, into that sit bone, and just find this nice space into side body. Then recenter so the bicep is right alongside the ear. The hand that is down onto that chair or onto the earth, we're just going to bend into that elbow, and we're just going to take that arm over just a little bit more. And then we're going to straighten up about halfway. Again, bend into that elbow and reach that palm over. And then straighten up about halfway. One more time. Lowering, reaching the hand over. And now this upper hand is just going to come over and capture the ear, and we're going to bring that ear over towards that opposite side. I'm going to let this elbow be like dead weight here. So I'm not pulling or tugging the head down. I just want this here for a little gentle guidance. You don't have to have the hand on the side of the head if that doesn't feel right for you. As for that opposite hand, it can stay pressing down into your body or into the earth here, and you can find this nice little kickstand so you could really get into the scaling or get into that side of the neck wherever is feeling like it's a little tense. Or there's always that option to maybe take that hand and raise it up and lower it back down. Very gently raising the hand up and lowering it back down. One more time, just gently, mindfully bring the hand up and then lower back down. Stay here for just a moment, and then just take that same hand that's hovering. I'm just going to bring it towards the front and then very gently back behind. So it's a little gentle sway of the hand, taking it towards the front of the legs and then back behind. Do that one more time. Hand comes around towards the front, and then back behind. Return that floating hand to the lap. The hand that's alongside the ear, just gonna take it over to that opposite ear. Just a little support to bring the head back up to center. Once we arrive at center, release both hands down. Close the eyes and just notice if you're feeling a little more space in that side that we were just giving some stretch and love to. Then we're gonna take an inhale, reach the fingertips back up skyward. Now I'm gonna take that left hand down, that right arm is gonna reach up and overhead. Bend the elbows, send that thumb back, take that gaze up and that heart up towards the ceiling. No crunchiness in the neck, so looking up only if it feels okay, or you can keep the head at center. Take a nice breath here. And then we're gonna take a bicep back alongside the ear. I'm gonna bend into that lower elbow and I'm going to reach the fingertips over towards the side. And then straighten up about halfway. Bending and reaching over, finding this good, nice, deep side body stretch. And then come up about halfway. One more time, we're bending over. And this time, I'm just gonna take the hand to the ear, capture the side of the face, and then bring that ear down over towards that left side this time. And I'm just holding on. I actually said that incorrect. We're bringing it towards the right side. And then as for that hand that's down by the side body or down onto the earth, you can keep it there, or we can just gently start to raise it, taking it no higher than shoulder height, and then lowering it back down. Again, reaching the hand up and drift it back down. Once again, raising the hand very slow, very mindfully, and then lower back down. And then we'll keep the hand floating, and I'm just going to bring it behind the back of the body, and then just gently bring it around to the front of the body. Again, making sure that I am not pulling or tugging the head down over towards that opposite side. I'm just using that hand there as guidance. I'm just doing a little discovery here with that opposite hand, just noticing if there are spaces that are a little extra cranky. I'm trying to work out those spaces with the breath and with this movement. Take the floating hand to the lap. The hand that's alongside the ear is going to just come around to that opposite side and then just gently press the head back up to center. When you come back up to center, this time roll the shoulders up towards the ears and release them down. It's going to alternate a few shoulder shrugs. So I'm going to bring one each shoulder up towards the ear and release. Opposite shoulder raises and release. You make this kind of dramatic release here as we just shrug the shoulder up and release it down. Just imagine as if you're just letting go of what no longer serves you, maybe letting go of something you're holding on from the day, just taking that shoulder up and releasing it down. Opposite shoulder raises and lowers. Just a couple more times, raising and lowering. And then we're going to draw both shoulders up and in towards the ears. I'm going to squeeze the elbows in towards the rib cage. I'm going to make fists here and I'm going to squeeze everything in. Maybe even make a face. Pull up on that pelvic floor. Squeeze everything in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Dramatic exhale, release and let it go. Let's do that once again. Inhale, draw everything up and in. Pull that belly button in towards the spine. Pull up on the pelvic floor. Make a face. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale, release, and let it go. Nice. Dip the chin down towards the chest. And just finding a few neck rolls. It's up to you whether those neck rolls are full neck rolls or half neck rolls. Just being very mindful that we're not tossing the head forward or throwing it back. That cervical spine can be fragile, so we just want to be mindful in that space. And if you are working in full neck rolls, just go ahead and take it to the other side. If you're still working into those half neck rolls, just continue to bring the ear from shoulder to shoulder. And then go ahead and bring the head back up to center. I'm just going to do another nice opening in for the shoulders. I'm going to take the arms out into this wide T shape. I'm going to wrap my right arm underneath the left arm and create this eagle wrap. If that does not feel okay for your shoulders, you can just simply stack the shoulders on top, or stack the elbows, I should say, and hold onto the shoulders here, kind of giving yourself a little hug. So once we find either that eagle wrap with the hands wrapped or the arms wrapped with the hands onto the shoulders, go ahead and bring that chin back down in towards the chest. I'm going to really tuck those elbows in towards the chest. And then if it feels okay, if you have the arms in this eagle wrap, you can just take the palm and just gently hold the back of the head. Taking several long, deep breaths. Just breathe into the back of the neck, breathe into the shoulders. If you are holding on to the back of the head, just release that clasp, but keep the hands as they are, with that eagle wrap, excuse me, very, very slowly. Just start to raise that chest up, raise the head up, take the hands away from the face, and we're just going to take a little gentle twist over towards the right side. Come back around to center, and then twist over to the other side. Return back to center. We're going to release the clasp. You should feel this nice flush of energy. Take the palms out nice and wide. And then we're just going to come around and give ourselves a hug and then open out a couple times, taking the arms around and opening out. Make this pretty big and dynamic. Taking the arms out, releasing any tension here. Give yourself a little pat as you come around and give yourself a hug. A couple more times. Make this move big and dynamic. We're inviting energy in the body as well as getting these nice stretches. We're going to start to slow that movement down. And making it a little bit slower. Nice, and then meet me once again in that big T shape. We're gonna find that eagle wrap on that opposite side. So now I'm gonna take that left arm underneath and wrap here. If this doesn't feel okay for the shoulders, just go ahead and snuggle the elbows on top of each other and then holding on to the shoulder heads. Once we find what's working for us as far as this eagle wrap or holding on to the shoulders, go ahead and tuck that chin in towards the chest. Come into this little cave here. And if it feels okay, you can always wrap that hand around the back of the head. Not pulling, not tugging, light engagement in the belly so we can protect that low spine. Take a couple deep breaths. If you are holding on to the back of the head, just release the hand. Keep the arms wrapped as they are and just very, very gently rise up. Take the hands away from the face. And find this little twist over towards the left side. Recenter. Twist over to the opposite side. Recenter. And then feel this beautiful flush of energy as we take the arms out nice and wide. We're just going to find that movement again, taking the hands, giving ourselves a hug, taking it out. You might even take the hands this time over the shoulders, taking the arms around and then behind, making this movement big and dynamic. Just a couple more times, releasing any tension. You can always add that little tap into the body. So good for our lymphatic system. And then just go ahead and start to slow that movement down. And then return the hands down, couple shoulder rolls up towards the ears. Perfect. And then just come into stillness. It's always good to check in after we've done some movements, just to notice how we're feeling compared to when we began. So I'm going to encourage you just to close the eyes down. Unite with your breath, not making any special changes to the breath, just noticing how you're feeling after this short practice. And then gentle the eyes open. Bring the palms together at heart center. I want to thank you so much for joining me for this short video. If you like it, please take a moment to go ahead and hit the like button and or subscribe. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much. Namaste.